My name's Hargun Rekhi. I'm a fourth-year student studying environmental science, psychology, and environment and behavior. I completed the Sustainability Scholar Pathways program, which means that I completed the Sustainability Certificate offered by the Faculty of Arts and Science, as well as the Sustainability Citizen module, and obviously my degree is also focused in the environment. So I heard about the Sustainability Citizen program simply by just Googling it. So I went on to the Arts and Science website and I would just scrolled through and I thought that the Citizen module looked cool, so I enrolled in it. As for the Sustainability Certificate, I had a meeting with my undergraduate advisor, Dr. Powell, who recommended that I try their certificate out because it meshed well with my other course requirements. And then I decided to enroll. It was pretty easy. So for the Citizen module, it's simply enrolling in it on CLNX. And then for the Sustainability Certificate, it's going to Acorn and then clicking Enroll. It's very worthwhile. I think my situation's a little unique because my degree is very environment focused. So for me, it was pretty easy to incorporate all the requirements for the credits as well as the extracurricular activities, because I'm already so interested in the topics that were shared and offered by the program. So it was pretty straightforward, and there wasn't a lot of course-based overlap, but even though I had to take a couple of extra credits to graduate, all the extra credits that I took added to my degree and my knowledge about environment and sustainability-oriented issues, and gave me a deeper understanding of what that looks like from different perspectives. And you get to meet a lot more people. Because I'm so into my program, I usually only meet people who are similar to me. But the certificate was unique in that I could talk to a lot of people from different backgrounds that were more arts oriented, for example, because I usually only interact with the science kids. So it also broadened the amount of people that I knew within the university. I think the primary thing I learned was communication and writing. The program is really effective in that it allows you to learn how to communicate your ideas that are based in sustainability-oriented knowledge very effectively, because a lot of the courses are communication heavy. So if you look at things like ENB 221 or 222, you're going to have to do a lot of writing, as well as for capstone courses like ENB 461, where I have to communicate one-on-one with a client that's working at UFT, while also writing a report for said client. I think with my science-oriented courses, I had a lot of the theoretical knowledge required to work in sustainability as a discipline, but I had struggle applying it sometimes because some of my courses are more theoretics and math-oriented application heavy. But the certificate and the Scholar Pathways program is unique in that I can apply my knowledge to both an academic setting via the written word, as well as to an extracurricular oriented setting, so non-academic participation in activities and volunteer work. So I'll give two examples. The first I'll be based off of extracurricular commitment. So as part of the Sustainability Citizen module, you have to complete certain levels of volunteer work in order to receive credits for it on CLNX, and then once you receive those credits, you're granted that citizenship module completion, and then you get CCR credit for it later. But for my volunteer work, I started working with the University College Literary and Athletic Society as a sustainability commissioner, and part of my work entailed working with the student body and educating them about sustainability-based issues within campus, and also introducing them to people practicing sustainability-oriented work within the workforce. I organized an inter-college conference last year in collaboration with 4 other St. George colleges. It was kind of grueling, but also a really enjoyable experience because I got to meet a lot of people and I got to speak very effectively with people with varying backgrounds. And now my network is so much bigger for it. And I also really enjoyed all the skills that I learned in relation to just making sure that people are on time, or managing myself, or consistency or persistence. And then I guess I'll give an academic example.
Yes.
So a course that I mentioned, ENB 461, it's called the Campus as a Living Lab course, where you're partnered with a client on campus and then you work with them. This course was also unique in that I got to communicate with someone in the workforce working on campus. The client was CECCS, and I got to collaborate with them to formulate a report that answered an issue that they were having. So for me specifically, it was the expansion of Campus as a Living Lab program. And that was also really challenging, but it also motivated me to look beyond just the scope of what I consider to be traditional environmental oriented work and to see it from a more broad perspective. The primary advice I would give is to just go for it. Because when you see the requirements that are listed out, in order for you to successfully complete the program, it can seem like a lot, especially if you're a student who's not doing sustainability work, oriented work in their degree. However, it's totally worth it, and it's 100% like achievable. It seems like a lot, but once you get started into it, if you're really enjoying yourself, the time will pass by so quickly. Like, I'm in 4th year, and I enjoyed all of my time with the Sustainability Pathways program. I think it allowed me to grow a lot as an individual, both like academically and also non-academically. So my primary advice is to just enroll, sign up. The second thing would be to just not be afraid to ask for help, because within the program, like any other program, you're going to encounter challenges, and it's very difficult to tackle problems that you don't really know the solutions to by yourself. But there's a very supportive community out there. You can reach out to various advisors within the department that you're taking the certificate in, or for the citizenship module, you could reach out to the people who like organized it, or to just people within the university, because they're there to help you. Be sending out emails if you're struggling. I think one of the most memorable experiences that I had the good fortune to experience was the supervisor that I had for my ENB 461 course, Christy Bard. I reached out to her while I was struggling planning for the UC Lit Sustainability Conference, and she was very welcoming, and she responded, and she gave me not only a list of guest speakers, but also a list of clubs that I could reach out to get their support for the conference. It made me feel very connected with the university community, because initially for the planning process for the conference, I didn't really feel like I had the resources or the network to pull it off. But just because I sent an email to a person who I learned about through the Sustainability Pathways program, I was able to overcome those difficulties. So that was probably the most memorable thing.
And it's back to your suggestions about seeking help from email.
Right. If you know someone and you think that they might be able to help you, let them know that you need help, because the answer is usually yes. And when it's a no, then you know it's a no and you can move on